6:19, Tuesday. It is April 28th, and yeah, how's it going?
My favorite day, baby.
I know it is. I know. You're the only one, I think.
I know
okay.
I am. Yeah,
it's okay.
I'm the one.
We all like what we like. Yeah, you are the one. That's for sure.
Yes.
All right. Today, it's Pay It Forward Day. Got some questions about that coming up this morning, but not right this moment. But I did notice we had a nice big old thunderstorm not far out to the east, but I guess didn't hit us or anything.
It developed right around a little bit west of Post.
Okay.
And a little bit around 4 o'clock this morning, and it started moving a little more. It's probably around Guthrie right now.
Yeah, nice. It's a nice lightning show, though, coming in. I just enjoyed just seeing the big old tall thunderheads and everything lightning up in it.
Gang member Jesse, he's everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's out. He's showing me pictures early this morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was. It's funny because when I went to bed last night, sometimes we'll play on the Alexa there. I'll tell it to play like thunderstorm.
Uh-huh.
And just kind of turn it down enough to where
awesome.
It seems real. You'll be laying there and you hear,
oh, I love it.
Oh, and
You're
it just
speaking
sounds
my language.
Yeah. So that's how I felt. So I had that on like all night.
It's awesome.
Slept so great. I love sleeping in thunderstorms. So then I wake up and I walk out of the house and I start seeing that lightning. I was like, wow, it's almost as if there really was a thunderstorm that moved through here last night. There wasn't, but it felt that way.
Right.
Yeah. Otherwise, today, besides that store moving off to the east there, do we got anything good happen today?
Yeah, today, lots of sunshine. You're definitely going to need your sunglasses today, a high of 91. Now, we do start to have a cooling trend all the way through the rest of the week. Looks like tomorrow, 70, Thursday, 60, and Friday, 51.
Man, all right.
So, and
love that.
And really good chances on Friday for lots of rain. So that's good.
Yeah, that is good. I mean, even Thursday, that's a pretty decent chance there. But really,
right.
Friday, it looks like that's almost a can't miss. I don't want to jinx it or anything.
Right,
but
exactly.
Wow, that looks like okay. Bring it on. Let's hope so. Let's see here. Hey, but you mentioned sunglasses. What kind of sunglass person are you? Are you a person that would you rather have cheap sunglasses that way if you lose them it's no big deal, or do you like expensive sunglasses because you take better care of them and not lose them? Where do you come down on that?
Personally, I like the expensive ones, but
which surprises me a little bit with you because Mr. Facebook Marketplace
but if you
guy.
Ask, but if you ask, I'm not saying I didn't get these on Facebook, So, but if you ask my family, I think my wife would say, "Oh, he gets the cheap ones. Make sure he gets the cheap because I would lose them." But honestly, I haven't lost. I mean, these I bought these right after my eye surgery last year, and I haven't lost these.
Are those Oakleys?
These are Oakleys, yeah.
You've had a lot of Oakleys over the years.
And I taking care of them.
But you tend to wear them on your head all the time, and I think that's why you don't lose them.
There's a reason why I wear them on my head. So when I don't know if you remember back in 2005 or 6, I had laser eye surgery.
Right.
And when I did, I almost didn't do laser eye surgery because I actually really liked wearing glasses. I thought, I like wearing glasses. I thought they were really neat. I didn't, contacts I wasn't a big fan of, but glasses I liked. Yeah. So I thought, how can I keep glasses on? So anyway, I decided to put them on my head, and so I just keep them up there. And so for years and a decade, I've kept them.
It's kind of your look.
It's my look. It's
your look. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I'm definitely. I've had cheap sunglasses over the years. I mean, I usually have like 3 or 4 pair of cheap sunglasses just in my possession at any time. But I prefer having one nice pair because I take better care of them because they mean more to me. Because cheap ones, I used to throw them around and never, because you just don't care, I guess. But yeah, so I've got a good pair of Ray-Bans that I wear, and then I've got like 3 or 4 pair of just cheap ones.
I like Ray-Bans.
I throw them on but anyway, you mentioned sunglasses. I was just curious, Katie Jo, where are you on that?
Good morning.
Yeah, how's it going? So sunglasses, do you like one good pair of really nice sunglasses, or do you have a lot of cheap sunglasses?
I have a lot of cheap sunglasses, but I do love I have 2 really good pair of sunglasses. But it amazes me that I can lose my good pair of sunglasses within like a week, and I can keep up with my $10 ones from Allsups for like 5 years.
That's just
it's insanity.
That's the exact opposite of me right there. That's funny. That is funny. Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't know. It just when I know that I've got something invested in them, I really want to take care of them a lot more. Yep. But I've lost I had 2 pair of Costas that were awesome, and I lost them both on the golf course, and it's just stupid. Yeah.
Wow.
So, anyway,
Daniel had just bought me a new pair of Ray-Bans, and we went on vacation to Florida. And I had them on top of my head, and I ran into the ocean because I turned into a 12-year-old.
No, the ocean. Oh.
I came back out, and he just looked at me, and it was the most defeated look. He was like, "Huh, where are your glasses?"
Oh, no.
And it was like day 2 of our trip at the beach.
Oh, man.
Yeah, at the beach.
All since it is, I probably still have that pair in my car.
I would say
so many memories.
That's a good. You know what? That's a good point. If you live like near the beach, like Florida, down south of Texas, or wherever you're at, if water, especially the ocean. Oh no, get the cheap pair because that's exactly right, man. You go on the. I remember go on the ocean. Yeah,
it's the worst feeling. And you just know you're not getting them back. There's zero chance.
Nope.
Yeah, I've had them too, where I'll put them up. Like if I wear a hat and I go in somewhere and I'll take them off and I'll put them up on my hat.
Right.
And there's been times where I've forgotten, and I'll take my hat off,
like
or I'll adjust my hat or something, Yeah, I'll adjust. You're right. I'll adjust my hat, and they fall off, and I don't hear it, and I just keep walking or something, and then I realize I was like, "Oh man, where are my sunglasses?" And so I can't find them. So I think that's what happened with a pair of my Costas on the golf course because it just hit the grass, so I didn't even hear it. Didn't even notice till like the next day. It didn't even dawn on me.
Somebody's like, "Look at those
Costas! Where'd you get those? I found them on the golf course, man. Some loser."
I did find some Oakleys on the golf course.
Yeah,
but they were busted.
Oh.
And so I sent them into Oakley, and they sent me back a whole new pair.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So you found some that weren't even yours and sent them in, and they sent you a whole new pair?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could even do that.
I didn't either.
Note to self, look for a lost Oakleys, man.
Could you sleep that night?
Well, they were busted. I wasn't going to wear them, and I'm sure the guy was. They were on the 18th hole, and I'm sure he was mad. And I could tell they were just like, "Oh man, somebody had a hard time." And I got Oakleys.
But to think about, what wonder if I could send these in and actually follow through and send them in, and then for them to actually send with no questions asked.
They send me back a pair.
I think Ray-Ban does that too, but I'm just sometimes I'm a little bit lazy and don't send them in.
Right. I would never do that. That's a great idea.
It's very great.
I don't have the time to follow through with that.
This is the guy selling a pile of wood on Facebook.
I don't know what that'd be like.
Put on a wig.
The streamlined, wind blowing over my my shiny head,
I want to go. I want to go.
Nice. It would. There are certain songs that just conjure up that feeling, right?
That's
where you
one
can,
of them.
like, you can just picture it. It's like the video in your head of the song. Yeah, "Run" by George is definitely one of those. There's another one I'm thinking of here that does the same thing for me. Every time I hear it, I just stop, and it's like, You know what it reminds me of? You watch Seinfeld, right?
Oh, yeah.
You seen the episode where Elaine is going out with some guy, and when Desperado comes on, and everything stops, and he's like, he looks up, it's like
majestic.
Oh yeah. No, this song I'm about to play does that to me. It makes me stop and go, and have that look in my eye, look off wistfully into the distance.
I think we need to have some music video reenactments here.
But as soon as you hear it, you'll know it. Year though, when you're Kendra Scott with unlimited money, and you're Zach Brown doing pretty good yourself.
Yeah, he said he didn't have a lot of money in the money.
He did say that at the end of the song. Yeah, I don't have a lot of money.
All you need is
multiple. He said it over and over and over.
Yeah, and I believe it now.
I don't have a lot of money.
Doesn't have a lot of money. Yeah.
But Kendra Scott does have money.
Yeah.
I had my hand on the steering wheel on that song, and on 12 o'clock, and I'm just driving. Oh yeah, just looking at the whatever's up top. In my convertible.
The sky?
In my convertible.
Oh, in your convertible. So you didn't have the top down.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did have the top?
I had the top down. Oh, yeah.
So you were probably looking at the sky.
Yeah. But I was trying to look at the road, too. I mean, it was tough.
Well, whatever's above you would be the sky if you didn't have the top up.
But now I'm really confused.
I don't want to ruin it again.
We need to
you
play
didn't
the song
think that
again.
out while you were driving very well.
I didn't. Did I?
You should pay more attention to the road and your surroundings there, probably. But hands at 10 and 2,
I was wondering why I got pulled over during the song.
So you're weaving. Hey, so what happened on Friday night? Speaking of Zach Brown Band, I went to Saturday night, but I heard something about George and.
Oh yeah, you missed it. So George was saying thank you basically to everyone who opened for him, and he said, "Yeah, how about that Zach Brown Band?" And the whole stadium just went silent. And he was like, Zach Top. How about that Zach Top Band? But it was hilarious.
Oh, that's so funny, man.
To me, I bet Zach Top was in the back like, go.
I don't know.
Right?
You know
Are you
what?
kidding me? Yeah.
He was dancing with his mom out there. I mean, he was.
Zach Top was?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And so he was excited that he got to play. I saw an interview where he was just ecstatic that he got to play for George and watching him dance with his mom. Was really
that's
cool.
a dream, man.
Had that been anyone else, though, I mean, only George Strait can get away with announcing the total wrong opening band.
Right.
And he probably went back to the bus and was like, my bad. So sorry. And that guy was just over the moon, still a big George fan.
Here's my golf cart. Go ride it.
Anybody else could have done it, and people would have been, I can't believe he was so disrespectful, and how dare him? That's, but yeah, George does it, and it's like, George, he's kind of got the Mudflap quality when it comes to that. You can do anything, and people go, oh, that Mudflap. I do it, and it's like, he is so rude. I'm going to email him an angry email and tell him how rude he is. But you,
But it's always other people. Like, the whole stadium went silent, and so I'm sure other people were mad on his behalf.
Right.
But, like, I mispronounced a name at a chamber event the other day of the owner. And it's an honest mistake. Like, you just go with it. And
you do.
But it's so funny. That guy was so kind and so, like, no big deal, Katie Joe.
Yeah.
And everybody else were the ones that came up and had an issue with it. Like, sit down. He didn't even care.
Leave me alone.
I think the worst thing like that I ever did, because, in radio, we have you introduce bands and stuff all the time. And, hey, all right, they had 3 number ones. They're on tour right now and nominated for a Grammy. Give it up now for, hey, y'all ready for a good time? All that stuff, on the stage. And there was and she was from around the area somewhere. I don't know, she Denver City or something. I don't remember. Her name was Ronna Reeves. And this was probably the 90s. And so she used to play around Lubbock quite a bit, like at Midnight Rodeo. She'd play at Midnight Rodeo a lot. And so one time in my young radio career, I got to pick to be the guy from KLLL introducing her, on the stage.
Ah.
And so I get backstage there, and she's in the manager for her road manager saying, okay, now it's Ronna Reeves and Shot in the Dark, and that's her band, and she's got a brand new album out, and she's on Mercury Records, and you need to make sure that you say
right before you go on. I love it.
She's nominated for for a new female vocalist from Billboard, and she's this, that, and the other, and they give you all this stuff, and you're going, okay, all right, and you're already nervous, and so I get up there, and hey, y'all ready to have a good time? I do all the stupid stuff, that radio people do, It's
sit down, DJ boy.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. You have to get up there, and they want you to, do all the, y'all ready for a good time? And everybody's just kind of, yeah. No, come on, are you really ready? Boo, shut up, bring on Ronna Reeves, loser. I mean, you get heckled, and you're just like, yeah, I know, I got to say some stuff, though, so shut up. So anyway, so I try to get through the stuff. Yeah, she's got the 3 nominations, and she's got a new album, and I do all the things. And I said, give it up now for Ronna Reeves, and I forget her band name.
Oh, no.
I mean, stone cold forget. And her band right here. They're awesome.
Oh, that is awesome, Jeff.
And I run off the stage, and I'm embarrassed, and her band is coming on the stage, and they're all looking at me like, you had one job, man.
Nobody ever knows what that guy's juggling.
It was the worst, because I had all that stuff I was trying to remember.
I know.
And by the time I got to and Shot in the Dark, I couldn't even find it. It was gone. It could be no more gone. But I tell you what, to this day, I will never forget the name of Ronna Reeves' band. It has stuck with me forever because of that.
Okay.
But I think the only way I coped with it after I got off the stage and I was sitting back there and I was thinking, I can't believe I just did that. How embarrassing. I feel like such an idiot. But then I thought, it's just Ronna Reeves. So I got over it.
This is KLLL, Jeff Mudflap and the Gang.
96.3 KLLL.
Encore. Did he do that on Friday night?
Yes,
You remember?
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one there. Take me to Texas.
Take me to
Child
Texas.
of the Alamo. Yeah. All right. It's 6:53. Had a thunderstorm, I guess, south of us or southeast of us, but it kept moving to the east. But man, it was some great lightning this morning coming to work.
Early this morning, around 4:30. I mean, our gang member Jesse sent us, some pictures in, and it was really cool. I mean, some nice little thunderstorms. It was really nice.
There's nothing like a overnight thunderstorm when, not talking about like tornadoes and crazy hail and stuff like that, but just your basic thunderstorm overnight when you're in bed and you're laying there, all of a sudden you wake up to the sound of, off in the distance, and it's like, what is that about that? It's
I don't know.
So soothing. Man, I love it.
I'm soothed right now.
I know, it's back to bed. If I hear that, this morning the sprinklers were on and it was hitting the window, and I was like, it's close.
It's raining, sort of. So are we going to get thunderstorms this week, or is that more just rain, do you think?
I think it's more rain.
Okay.
I think it's
That's
more,
fine.
More
That's fine.
rain.
I'm not complaining. I'm down for it. So.
Probably about a 40% chance on Thursday, and then Friday, it's up there.
It's like 95% chance.
It's way up there. Yeah.
So
I'm not going to jinx it.
My neighborhood will be the 5% probably.
Text KLLL anytime on the Sonic text line. 806-900-9630.
96.3 KLLL from the Discount Storage Studios. Discount Storage is Lubbock's #1 place for climate control and drive-up storage units. Wake up laughing with Jeff Mudflap and the Gang, featuring Katie Joe on 96.3 KLLL.
It's your last few days of getting all the keywords. If you're shot at $1,000,
I'm ready to get my bonus again.
And we need to talk about that.
Yes.
By the way, but.
Bonus?
Yeah.
There's big bonuses in this company. Oh man.
Not for the likes of us. There's not. Yeah, they do that, but it's not for people like us.
It's not monetary.
No, we don't.
Big dollars here.
We don't qualify for that type stuff. Yeah. So, but that's okay.
No, we do it for the love.
We do it for the love of the game. That's right.
There's a lot of love in here.
If we had too much money, we'd probably end up like gambling and things like that.
Yeah, that would
I
not
guess,
be good.
I guess that's what happens apparently. When
There
you
used
have
to be a
lot of money.
song on that, didn't there?
On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep.
I need to hear it.
Okay, maybe we'll do that. Yeah, it's this whole thing with Brendan Sorsby. What a gut punch for Tech. Yeah, does it ever feel like? I mean, look, finally last year Tech, broke through and won the Big 12 championship. That was great. So you got the monkey off the back as far as that goes. But it always feels like Tech just can't have nice things. It's always been that way. You always get close, but you can't quite get there. So winning that last year was nice. Was a great relief. But here you got Brendan Sorsby and the optimism of the season and all the things. And now, he's checking into a gambling rehab or whatever that is. I was like, seriously? Dang it.
I know. That was my response is, dang it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just always something. It just can't ever just happen naturally. Like everything just can't be nice. Something has to happen. There has to be adversity for Tech. That's just the way it goes. And so, on one hand, you sit there and you think, okay, look, the guy's got a problem apparently, and I hope he can get the help he needs. That's great. But from his fan standpoint of just watching football, it's like, come on, seriously?
Yeah, it doesn't impact his.
Man.
It's not like he's taking steroids and stuff.
Right. But see, here's the problem I have with that too, and it's so weird to me how, look, obviously you don't want players. Like, especially, gambling on games they're involved in. I mean, that just ruins the integrity of everything, if that happens. And it's just like, Pete Rose being banned forever for gambling, but he apparently didn't gamble in his own team. And, all that. The Black Sox scandal, like, was it 1919 or something like it? Shoeless Joe Jackson in baseball. It's still a legendary story of throwing a World Series. So those kind of things are terrible, obviously. Nobody wants that. But then this whole idea, though, sometimes I think the hypocrisy of really the NFL, even NCAA, everybody wants to talk about things like, no, we're here to protect. There's no gambling or thing. Yet everywhere you look, you can't watch a game anymore without seeing advertisements for FanDuel and DraftKings and every gambling site. They've all embraced it. Heck, the NFL now is a team in Las Vegas, for crying out loud. But then they all want to sit here and talk about all this stuff about sports gambling and everything, but yet they're taking all this money for it. They have no problem with that. But I don't know. It's weird. It's like a lot of things these days are just backwards and messed up.
Weird.
I always go to, that's young. I mean, not that that's an excuse for anything happening, but dang, he's only 22 years old, and who knows when it happened, right? It could have been 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say he did something when he was like a redshirt freshman or something, or a freshman at Indiana.
Yeah,
he wasn't really playing, but he gambled on some games that weren't Indiana games. I guess.
Yeah, he did
know.
not think of the magnitude of that choice, and his parents are like, they didn't know. He's not like, hey, Mom, Dad, I'm going to go throw this on this game.
Kids just love to not tell.
Right.
It just sucks so
but anyways,
bad.
Sorsby's taking an immediate leave of absence. They're trying to figure this thing out, and certainly Tech said that they're here. Go back up there.
Oh, sorry.
That's committed to supporting Brendan through his recovery process and to ensure his long-term health and well-being, and also being done and back ready for the season. They didn't say that part, but I'm sure that's
what they're.
We can say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you got to wonder: is the NCAA going to see? And here's another thing: the NCAA has lost all control of everything these days. I mean, it's just a shell of what it maybe it was at some point. But they like to step in and control things because they have so little control over anything anymore that when it comes to things like this, I can see them coming in and taking away his eligibility. He'll never be able to play again, and they'll punish him in some big way just so they can sit there and say, "Look at us," because that's just what they because they have no control over anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and you could just see that could happen maybe, but I don't know. I hope the guy gets the help he needs. He hadn't even played it down for Tech yet, and so. Who knows? But they say Will Hammond is coming along good in his rehab after his surgery, and maybe he'll be ready to go. And which that would at least be, a guy who's had some experience. But he's also coming off ACL surgery, and that's a lot to ask. But he's just going to come in and be Brendan Sorsby. So I don't know. It's just you just hate when things like that happen. Though.
You do. It really makes me proud to be a Red Raider fan, though, to know that that Tech is supporting those guys and that they are walking through it with them.
Well, and I think that's part of, when things like that, I mean, you're dealing with young people, and yes, they're getting paid a lot of money, and they are basically professionals and all those kind of things, but they're still, 18, 22, 23 years old, and I'd look back on myself when I was that age. I can think of, I can sit here and name off, which I won't, but I can name a bunch of really stupid stuff that I did.
Oh,
that I look back and go, I probably shouldn't have done that, and I was pretty lucky that I didn't get in trouble for that, and that was pretty dumb. So it's just part of life, and you grow up, you learn your lessons, and take your lumps, and hopefully you come out and you're a better person for it. But
yeah, Banker Bob texted in and said it's not good, but at least it's not drugs, spousal abuse, or anything that's criminally illegal.
Right.
Thank you, Banker Bob.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You got to have perspective, but it is just from a standpoint of you do hope that he's able to get the help he needs and he can get through that, because it can be an addiction and you don't want him to get through that. But when you just look at it from purely standpoint of getting ready for a football season, man, I hope he gets this all figured out and can come back and play. So
we need him.
Yeah. So
come on, Brandon.
Come on. What happens? All right. Yeah, I can't help but think of the Kenny Rogers, the gambler.
That's a great song.
It's just put on my mind. I don't know. I find myself ever since I heard the story on a warm summer's evening. Yeah, I can't get it out of my head.
You know what? Just play it.
Maybe I need to play it just to
get it
out
of your head.
Yeah, sometimes that's the only way to get rid of that.
Yeah.
When you have something in your head like that, you keep singing it over and over, you got to play it.
Yeah, why not? Just
Is that
play
bad?
It.
That's what Mudflap says whenever we're all sitting on the edge of our chair like, don't say it.
All right. And one other thing, too, because I know we kind of went down the rabbit hole there, but did y'all know today's Pay It Forward Day also?
Okay. Ooh.
Have you ever been sitting in a drive-thru or something and someone ahead of you paid for your order? Has that ever happened to you, Katie Jo?
It has, and it was so sweet.
Yeah, I've had that happen. Have you had it?
I've had it, yeah.
I had it happen one time.
Yeah.
And we were at Chick-fil-A, and the girl comes up, the car behind you bought your order.
Aww.
And my first initial reaction was, oh, man, how awesome. I've heard about this. This has never happened. Wow, that's really neat. And then within about 2 seconds, it was like, oh, man, do I need to buy the person behind me now? And so I look at Kathy. I was like, do we have to pay for theirs now? I mean, I was like, should we? I mean, Phil, because then you start wrestling with
Family of 10.
Yes, it's the moral dilemma. Because,
that happened to me.
Yes, because you're sitting there going, yeah, that's nice. They bought it for me. It's just me and my wife, and we had about $16 worth of stuff probably. So I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and time's ticking away. They're looking at you, kind of like, are you going to keep this going? And you're like, yeah, can you hold on just a second?
Just roll up your windows.
Yes, and I'm looking at Kathy, and I'm like, what do we do? Do we need to do it or what? So I'm looking in my rearview mirror trying to gauge how many people are in the car, and I don't see a lot. But then I was like, what if they're picking up an order for an office or something, or what if, I mean, I found myself sitting there going, man, this is really cool. Somebody did it, but now the pressure and the weight, the moral dilemma that has been thrust upon me. Yeah. What if I say, oh, that was really nice, thank you, take my order and drive away? Now I've broken the chain of all the nice things that are happening there, and I think I did.
You broke the chain?
I did. Look, I did. I'll just tell you. Now maybe the next time I did. It's the only time it's ever happened to me.
Today's a new day.
But it never occurred to me that pressure, because we say, yes, I'd like to buy theirs too. And then that'd be $220. Ah, oh boy.
That happened to me. I went through for a $6 coffee, or it's usually $5-6, right. And somebody had paid for mine, and so I drove through, and I was like, "Oh, let me take care of theirs." And the girl looked at me, and she was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Absolutely, pay it forward." Sure? And she was like, it's $53. And I was like, well, this is even weirder now, so take my money.
So you paid for it?
I mean, what do you do in that point when they tell you how much it is, and then you're like, nah, never mind.
Okay, well, I did drive off, so I can't say a lot. But what here's the question. Okay, so is it wrong? Because again, all these things are going through, and you know how I am. I worry about that. I started going, oh gosh, what if? And if I do that, and then this people are going to think that I did that, and then they're going to think, and blah blah blah. Things that probably aren't even happening, but it's just the way my brain works. So is it wrong in that moment when, sir, the car behind you paid for your order? Oh, thank you. And then is it wrong to say, well, you know what? I'm interested in paying for their order to a certain level. Could you tell me how much theirs is? Is that a wrong thing to do? And if they say, well, it's $75, and go, you know what? I think I'm good, thank you, and then leave? Or is it wrong? Is it a breach of etiquette to ask how much it is before you make a decision if you want to be nice or not?
I think it is a breach of etiquette to ask how much it is, but Jamie has the answer. She said you can pay it forward in many ways, and it doesn't have to be buying food for other people in line. So that is very true.
Okay, that is true, and I get that. But let's say that somebody buys my food behind me, and then I go, thank you, and I drive off. And then I just go and help a little lady with her shopping cart across the parking lot or something. Does that mean the person behind me that bought my food, they don't even know that? Do they care? Not that they bought my food, so I would do something for them. I don't know.
To me,
you don't say, does it all just work out or what?
In my opinion, if you are offering something, a gift or something to the nature of I'm buying your thing, then that from this standpoint, you know what? I bought you a gift. It was a present. It was something that I wanted, a gesture to do something nice. And it shouldn't matter what they shouldn't be thinking like, oh yeah, they didn't even buy the other person. It should be just bloom. It's a nice gesture.
So if the car ahead of me bought mine, I should just go thank you and not feel some sort of obligation to also do something.
Absolutely.
I should just take that and go thank you. What a nice thing, and get on with my life.
And then
maybe
down
later
the road,
I do something.
Yes, down the road. You know what? You do something nice. I mean, I was at a place, I can't remember who recently, and the lady behind the counter was smiling. It was very nice, and she did everything. Take, for instance, that lady at McDonald's in Littlefield.
Oh, yeah, when I went there, yeah.
Made your day. Mm-hmm. And it's something like that, just a little simple gesture to make somebody and to forward it on.
So what you're saying is I was overthinking it.
Maybe a little.
I overthink it too. It's okay. But Christy said that you can also just offer whatever your amount was and say put it towards the next.
That's true. Yeah. And that was
because you were going to spend the money anyway. So that's a good idea.
Probably a good idea. That right there, I can. Okay, that makes sense.
I feel like that's Jeff's style. Yeah,
I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they should take that like, oh, that's cool. They played that. Oh, yeah, they might be a little
I think
less.
people that are genuinely doing that though just want to remind people that there is nice